I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, using what he got to shield him.
So when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me.
Boxing is strictly for a check now. It's just all about getting a check. They're going to be fake fighting. They're going to probably fake fight 12 rounds.
Terence Crawford has openly criticized Gervonta "Tank" Davis in a live interview following new rigging allegations. Crawford, also known as Bud, expressed his dislike for Davis, claiming that he relies too much on his power and fame. He further accused Davis of using his influence to protect his status in boxing, even suggesting that Davis may be involved in fixing fights and manipulating decisions to maintain his dominance in the sport.
Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in like, oh, this guy, you a meat lover.
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Y'all was doing the back and forth. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. I don't like.
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. No, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, using what he got to shield him. Like, he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
He definitely got skills. He got power. He got tremendous boxing ability. But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Terence Crawford took a shot at Gervonta "Tank" Davis, questioning his credibility as a true fighter. Crawford stated that if Davis truly aspires to greatness, he should step up and face him. His remarks cast doubt on Davis's willingness to take on tough opponents, implying that he avoids real challenges to safeguard his record.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes, and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow,
man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
Renowned boxer Terence Crawford took to social media to express his frustration, stating, "They robbed that boy, and it's crazy." His reaction highlights the widespread controversy surrounding the fight's outcome and the growing belief that Lamont Roach Jr. was unfairly denied victory. Many fans and analysts share Crawford's sentiment, arguing that the judging and officiating favored Gervonta "Tank" Davis, despite questionable moments in the fight. The decision has reignited debates about corruption in boxing and the influence of high-profile fighters. Crawford's statement reflects broader concerns about the sport's integrity and the perception that Roach was treated unfairly. In response, Davis dismissed Crawford's criticism, labeling him a hater. He questioned how Crawford could make such strong accusations without knowing him personally, expressing frustration over what he saw as baseless and unfair remarks. Davis suggested that people often judge him without understanding his character, further fueling the ongoing tension between the two fighters.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a everybody that's cool with it. I mean, with him.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Following the controversial outcome of the Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis fight, many fans have voiced deep disappointment, claiming that boxing no longer feels like a legitimate sport. Concerns about rigged fights, especially in high-profile matchups involving big names like Davis, have grown, with critics arguing that outcomes seem predetermined. Some even believe the entire 12-round bout was manipulated and that Davis knew the result before stepping into the ring. This perception has sparked serious backlash, with fans increasingly questioning the credibility of boxing as a whole.
See, this is why I just don't watch boxing anymore, because Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis, are we being so fucking serious right now? Boxing is strictly for a check now. It's just all about getting a check. They're going to be fake fighting. They're going to probably fake fight 12 rounds so they get the max amount of money. Gervonta Davis said he was going to retire after this so he could get...
Okay, now it's the Jig's turn to talk. Let's talk about it. Is Gervonta Davis fighting Roach, or is Roach fighting Tank for a check? Absolutely, I'll give it to him. He's not going to win this fight. Fuck it. And as much as guys seem like I hate Tank, which I really don't, you would think I would agree with her on some aspects of her argument or point, statement, whatever the fuck you want to call this bullshit. They're going to fake fight for 12 to maximize the payout? No, these guys don't get paid by the hour. Let's be blunt, let's be honest, let's get strictly to the point. Gervonta Tank Davis, there's nothing fake about his victims. I'm going to call them victims instead of opponents. I think that's more suitable. And we get it. His resume is absolute ass. His resume is shit. We get that. And this is the thing about Tank. Bombs are going to drop from this guy. Bombs are going to hail from his hands. Leather is going to be thrown. And there's going to be a 93% chance you're in the danger zone. And there's going to be a 100% chance that if you're in that danger zone, that bitch is going to hurt. There's nothing fake about this left hand Frank Martin caught. He happened to be one of the 93%. And he felt that motherfucker, and he felt all of it.
A major criticism of Gervonta Davis is that he deliberately avoids facing top-tier opponents who could truly challenge him. Many argue that Davis carefully handpicks his fights, ensuring he only competes against opponents he is confident he can defeat. This is evident in his reluctance to grant a rematch to Ryan Garcia and his avoidance of a potential bout with Terence Crawford. By steering clear of fighters who could expose his weaknesses, Davis is accused of manipulating his career to preserve his undefeated record rather than proving himself against elite competition.
Gervonta Tank Davis has finally established himself as the biggest duck in boxing. There's always been a debate, you know, we throw Brian Norman in there, we throw Canelo in there, then we got Tank, we have the top 3 pound-for-pound ducks. Tank has went head and shoulders above everybody else. He's become the undisputed pound-for-pound #1 duck in boxing. Yesterday, he had his press conference with Lamont Roach. He spoke about Shakur Stevenson. Let's take a look at it. So someone asked him about a Shakur fight. He immediately dismissed it. He said, and I quote, "For what? What has Shakur done? What has he done in the sport? He hasn't done nothing. Keyshawn Davis is looking way better than him, and Keyshawn hasn't even done nothing." I'm afraid of what? For us fighters to be afraid of someone, it has to be someone who's hitting us and hurting us. He doesn't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only wins in basketball and football. That shit don't win in boxing. So this is a clear, obvious, the whole what did you win, whatever. Shakur has won way more than Tank has won in his career. He's a 3-division unified champion, and he's actually fighting in his 3rd division where Tank isn't. And like I said, he's a unified champion, he's a silver medalist, so he's accomplished objectively more than Tank. Let me just get this right. You're not afraid of Shakur because he can't hurt you, he can't punch, and he's only defense. But you're not gonna fight him. So if Shakur can't hurt you, if Shakur stands no chance, he hasn't done anything, he's some type of bum, but he's the biggest, one of the biggest money fights you can take, why not just knock him out? Just make it look easy since he's such a bum, since he hasn't done anything and he can't hurt you. Just go in there and knock him out. The same way you made this Lamont Roach fight happen so quickly, same way you made Frank Martin, Hector Luis Garcia, all these other guys, Rolly Romero, Isak Cruz, happen, make Shakur happen. He'll take it in a heartbeat. Just go in there, stop him, take your $40-50 million check, and just be gone with it. But he knows that won't happen. He knows more than likely Shakur would outpoint him about 9-3, 8-4. You guys let me know. Do you think Tank is obviously he's the #1 duck in boxing. Do you think he's an all-time great duck?
Terence Crawford did not hold back his frustration over the referee's decision during the Davis versus Roach fight. Taking to Twitter, he called out the controversial ruling, stating, "I've never seen someone take a knee and it not be counted as a knockdown. Must have forgotten the rules tonight." Crawford's remarks echo the widespread disbelief over how boxing officials handled the fight, further fueling speculation that the match was rigged. His comments add to the growing demand for stricter officiating and greater transparency in major boxing events. The decision to overlook Davis's knee as a knockdown has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Traditionally, taking a knee has always been ruled a knockdown, yet Davis appeared to receive special treatment. Many believe his influence and power within the sport allowed him to bypass standard rules. This incident has intensified concerns that boxing is losing credibility as a fair competition, with rules seemingly changing depending on who is in the ring. If this trend continues, the sport's integrity could be at serious risk.
Never in my life have I seen a boxer take a knee mid-round and the referee acts like it didn't even happen. And Tank's excuse was, "Oh, I got grease in my eye." It does not matter. You took a voluntary knee. That should be a 10-8 round. And again, the referee just acts like it was no big deal. And you probably had grease in your eye because Lamont Roach Jr. knocked the grease in your eye. Boxing is a beautiful sport. I love boxing. I have been watching boxing since before I could even talk. But it is the most corrupt sport in the world, and there truly is not a second place that's even close. They ended up scoring this fight a draw, which was BS even without the knockdown. But with the knockdown, this should have been a clear victory for Lamont Roach Jr. Just actually embarrassing for the sport of boxing. But everybody will wake up tomorrow. Everything will go back to normal. Nobody will care until the next robbery happens. It's just, it's old. It really is. But that's boxing for you. What can you do?